All right, gentlemen, hands up. There's only two of you. That's not difficult. All right. Khalid, you want to start?
Okay. Make verb skills 21.
Okay. Yeah.
Make verbs agree.
After.
After
Continue.
after expressions of quantity.
Yeah, after expressions of quantity. Okay. Now, yesterday we did a skill about this, to make verbs agree. What does that mean, to make verbs agree? Anybody? Can anybody tell me, what does it mean to make verbs agree? Can you read that, Khalid?
Yes. Correctly match S and subject and verb.
That's what it means. Match a subject and the verb. Okay, you match a subject and a verb. All right. Now, what about this? What is an expression of quantity? Can you say that, Abdul Majid?
Words that answer how much, how many in general.
Yeah. So no, not a specific number like 1, 2, 3. No specific number. Just a word that gives the answer in general. Okay. Now, let me give you an example. Okay. What do you see? What do you see here, guys?
Books. Books.
You see some books, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What if I say all of this book, is boring? Okay. All of this book is boring. All right. Now, I'm going to say all of
These
books are boring. All of these books are boring. Now, what is the subject? I'm going to tell you again. All of this book is boring. What's the subject?
books.
All.
Wrong. All. The first word, all, is the subject. Okay. Now, what about the verb? I said is boring. Why do I say is?
Because it is singular.
I'm talking about one book.
One more.
Right? Okay. Now, what if I say this? What's the subject here? All of these books. What's the subject?
Books.
No.
All.
You see, it's the all, it's the subject, but this is a special word. It's a special word. It's called this, an expression quantity. This skill has six special words, 6 expressions of quantity. Do you understand? We have 6 expressions of quantity. If you look at the chart. Abdul Majid, how many do you see in the chart?
6.
My PDF has 6. Your book,
4.
Only 4. Okay, so you should include any and part. Include this. These are included with the expressions of quantity. Okay. Now, can you read Faraz over here? A particular agreement problem.
Particular agreement problem occurs when the subject is an expression of quantity,
Such as
all, most, or some, followed by
followed.
preposition of.
This is the key word here. Abdul Majid, are you listening? The key word we use in the formula of. You see? Let's take a look at the example. Well, Khalid, you read, and then we'll look at the examples, okay?
Okay.
In this situation,
In this situation, the subject all, most, or some can be singular or plural,
depending.
depending on what follows the preposition is.
That's right, the preposition of. So it depends on the word that follows. Now, Abdul Majid, I want you to read the first example.
All was interesting.
Read the second example.
All were interesting.
And the last example.
All was interesting.
Do you see a star here? Anywhere? No star. You see a star here?
No,
No. Do you see a star here?
no.
No. Why? We see the star if there's a mistake, but without a star, there's no mistake. These examples these are correct examples, right? But look, they're not the same.
Does it depend on the brackets?
It depends on the object that follows of. Look at the find the subject in this example. Abdul-Majid, can you find the subject?
All?
There's a line. You see one line? We use one line for the subject. Yes, this is the subject. Where's the verb?
Was.
Yeah. And look at the second example. Find the subject.
All.
And then the verb?
Were.
Yeah. So now suddenly we use a different verb. The reason is here. Khalid, can you say this?
Okay. All of the book was interesting.
Yeah. And is this the verb? Is this verb singular? Is it plural? What is it?
Singular.
And why? Because
book is singular.
that's right. Okay. For us, how about this one?
All were interesting. All of the books were interesting.
What is this verb? Singular or plural?
Plural,
Why is it plural?
because the books is plural.
Yes, the books. The noun books is plural. Abdul Majid, you do the last one.
All.
All.
Was interesting.
Now.
Oh. All of the formation was interesting.
Is this plural verb or singular
No.
verb?
It's singular.
And why is this a singular verb?
Because of the information is uncountable.
Bingo. Information is uncountable. So in this skill, right, the subject, right, what does it say? It can be plural, right, or singular or plural. It just depends on the noun that follows of. You understand? Now, yesterday we did in lunch TOEFL, I did skill 20. In skill 20, the basic rule, we learned the basic rule. What is the basic rule in 20? The basic rule, Faraz. What is the basic rule in this skill?
I think match S and verb.
You
Subject.
match the subject to the verb. That's the basic rule. But skill 21 is not the basic rule. It's the special rule. Do you understand, Abdul Majid? This is the special rule, the special case. Why? The subject depends on this object. Do you understand? And what does that mean? If the subject depends on this, the verb depends on it. Do you understand? So let's look at the chart on the next page, 146. Okay. Okay, Khalid, you want to read it?
Okay. Subject verb agreement after expressions of quantity.
And I wrote up here, EOQ means expression of quantity. Sometimes when you study grammar, you can see the word this. You can see this word, quantifier. Okay. It's the same meaning, quantifier or expression of quantity. Okay. How many do you see here, Faraz?
6.
Can you say them?
Any, all, most, some, half, part.
Yeah. And then what do we see in this formula? Do we match the subject to the verb in this? Should I match the verb to the subject? No. How do I do it? I match the verb
To the object.
to the object. Now this is important to notice. Look, can I use any preposition in this formula? Can I use any preposition?
Only
To,
off.
from, on. Only this preposition. It's only this preposition. Do you understand? This is not for other prepositions. It's only this preposition only. Okay? Khalid, can you read this?
Okay. When an expression of quantity is the subject, the verb agrees with the object.
Okay. Now, what does that say, Abdul Majid?
All fractions for this formula.
Aha. What does that mean? All fractions. Do you know the word fraction?
Performance.
You see this word? Half. This is a fraction. 1/2. You have math, don't you? Don't you take math?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Give me another fraction, you guys. Faraz, can you give me another fraction?
4/3.
Well, yeah, let's keep a small number on top. 3/4, right? 3/4 or 3/4. How about 1/4? 1/4, right? 1/4. Do you understand? All of the fractions, all of them, 1/4, 1/5, 1/6, 1/7, all fractions follow this formula. Do you understand? Okay. How do we do exercise 21? Khalid?
Underline,
Yeah.
yes,
Underline.
underline the subject one and the verb twice. Circle the object that the verb agree with. Indicate correct or incorrect.
Good. Okay. Are you ready, guys? Well, let's quickly do number 1 and 2. Abdul Majid. No, I'm going to give you number 2, Abdul Majid. Faras, you do number 1.
Okay.
Don't read it, just explain it. Where's the subject?
Subject most.
Okay. And then
And
where's the verb? Find the verb.
a verb was extinguished.
Yeah. Now this sentence is correct. Why is it correct?
Because was follows the object fire, and it
Depends on the
depends.
object. Yeah. The object which follows of. Okay. Now, in this sentence, do you see another subject and another verb?
Witness.
Yeah. So we have another clause, right? It's another clause. You've got the witnesses, subject, first subject, saw, first verb, then connector. And then another subject, right? And another verb. Do you understand? All right, Abdul Majid, explain number 2.
Some of is subject.
Some, yeah. And then the verb.
And the verb is was released
Now, why is this example incorrect?
because it depends on the object, the animals.
In this case, which object? The zoo?
No, animals.
Aha. Which does it follow? It must follow of, okay? It must follow of. See, this doesn't follow of. Okay? So it's not the zoo. Okay? It depends on this word, the word that comes after of. Okay? Understand? Yeah? All right, let's do this exercise now. Now, when you answer, guys, choose correct for number 1 and then incorrect for number 2. Okay? Start now. 30 seconds, guys. Ready? Faraz, have you submitted? Did you submit, Faraz?
Yeah, now I have registered. But,
Okay, good.
uh,
All right. All right. Let's check the answers. Okay. Number 1, 2. I think I can skip those. Number 3. Uh-oh. We got somebody disagrees. Oh, Z. I forgot to change it. It should say incorrect. Okay. This example is incorrect. All right. So, let's see.
Mister, can I leave now because I have a class?
Sure, no problem. You can go. 2, or sorry, number 4, incorrect. Number 5, correct. Number 6, correct. Number 7, incorrect. Number 8, incorrect. Number 9, correct. And number 10 is correct. So let me close this and then I'll open it up. Did you get all of them right, Abdul-Majid? Did you have any mistakes?
No, I didn't. All of them, were right.
Oh, you answered all of them
Yes.
correctly. Okay, so let's put circles and lines, okay?
Okay.
Okay, as soon as it stops. There we go. Okay. So where do I put the first subject in number 3?
Half of.
In number 3? In 3.
Half.
3, 3.
All.
All right, there you go. Now I need to put a circle.
On the subject?
No, you put a circle around the object, right?
Oh, the students.
Good, the students, okay? Now let's find a verb.
Is required and taught.
Yeah, is required. But wait a minute. Taught, is that a verb?
No, it's adjective.
Or is it it's an
Reduced
adjective, right? Or it's an adjective, reduced adjective
Also.
clause. Okay, this is a reduced adjective clause taught by Professor Roberts. Okay. All right. Square is too big. Let me make it smaller. Taught by Professor Roberts. How about number? So where's the mistake then? Do you see the mistake?
This should be R.
Exactly. You want to change it to R. Okay. How about number 4? Subject.
Half.
Okay. And the circle.
The food.
Good. And the verb.
Are serving and R.
Oh, you know what? I meant to put this here. No, this is this is an adjective clause. It describes the food. So where is the verb to match the food The verb
Are.
that matches the food. Yeah, are. Okay. Here is the verb. Does it match?
No, doesn't.
So I think you changed this one, didn't you?
No, I didn't change it at all.
You didn't change it?
No,
Should we change it, or is this one okay?
I think it's okay.
Yeah.
Are. The second are.
We are serving. This is correct. This part is correct. The problem is here. Right? All right. How about number 5? It's correct. Where's the subject?
We.
Well, we have 2 subjects, right? This is the first
Some.
one. We, the verb,
Believe.
believe. Then what? What is this?
Some. That's some of the adjective clause.
No, that was a trick. Where's the subject?
Some.
Some. Where's the verb?
Is.
Well, there's more than one verb.
Is going.
There are many,
Is
well,
going to
more
be.
than sorry, more than one part. Okay, we have many parts. All of this is the verb is going to be devoted. So where do I put the circle?
The time. Time.
Exactly. Is time singular, plural, or uncountable?
Uncountable.
Here it is uncountable. So the verb must be singular. Okay. How about number 6? I think we said
All.
it's correct. Subject. All
All.
right. Circle.
Witnesses.
Witnesses. Okay. And then let's put the, now we've got an adjective clause here.
Which lasted more than.
All of this is an adjective clause, right? Okay. So now we need to find the verb for this.
After the second comma. Have.
That's right. Have. Is that it? Is
Have
that the
indicated.
whole, is that all of the verb? One
Have
part?
indicated.
Exactly. So we have, this has 2 parts, right?
Yes.
Two parts. Have indicated. Okay. And then what do you see here? That they believed that the defendant was guilty.
Is it another reduced clause adjective?
It's 2 clauses because we have that they believed and
That definite was guilty.
right. You have what connector, subject, verb, right? And here another one, connector, subject, verb, right? There you go. That's a big sentence. How many subjects and verbs?
1.
You have all, this is the first one, right? All
They.
have indicated. So that's 1 clause. And then here's a clause here,
4.
which lasted. And then you have a clause here and a clause here. So we have 4 clauses. This sentence has 4 clauses. All right. Let's do number 7. Oh, we have a mistake in 7. Subject,
She
verb.
didn't know.
Okay. Is there another subject?
Yes. Most.
Yep. Must. Okay. And then circle. Where'd I put the circle?
People.
Okay. And then the verb.
Was.
Okay. Where's the problem?
Just switch was with where. Too much.
People. Most of the people is plural, right?
Yes.
So what should it be?
Most of the people in the room were from.
Exactly. Were. And then number 8, also incorrect. Subject.
Half.
Right. Expression of quantity. What do you see up here?
Adjective.
What was decided? It's not an adjective clause. It's a clause, not an adjective. Remember, we have three kinds. We have adjective clauses, adverb clauses, and noun clauses. This is a noun clause. If you want to know, more about noun clauses, then if you look at skill, I believe it's skill 9 and 10. Skill 9 and 10 is noun clauses. You see this? Look at this, the red box. It follows a preposition. You see? What follows a preposition? An object.
What was decided at the meeting?
This is a noun clause, which means it's you take a noun and change it to a clause. You understand? Yeah. So
Yes.
in other words, I could take in spite of, let's say, in spite of the decision, in spite of the decision. Do you understand that?
Yes.
We'll come back to that in a minute. Let's finish this and then I'll show you how to change it into a noun. Okay. So find the verb.
Reducers.
We need a circle for procedures. The verb
Wasn't changed.
wasn't changed. Okay. All right. So the problem, where is the problem?
The problem is with wasn't.
Yeah.
Was.
Because procedures is plural. Yeah. All right. Let's try number 9. Subject. First subject.
I.
Okay. And the first verb?
Was sure. Or was.
Yeah. Was sure. Okay. All right. And then?
All.
We got another subject. All right. All. And?
The questions.
Questions. Then find the verb.
Trucks. Were.
Okay. Does the subject match the verb?
Yes.
Do
Yes, it
they
does.
match? They
Yes.
match. Number 10. Subject?
Most.
Most. Okay. I'll put the circle first. Trouble, right? Subject, most.
Most.
Now the verb.
I think we have 2 verbs. Discussed and was.
What do you see here?
Is it noun clause? No.
Most of the trouble that the employees discussed at the meeting, it is a noun clause. This is actually a very difficult formula, okay? This is noun clause, I say noun clause formula 1, and that is this noun clause, it is the subject. Okay, now let's do the verb and then I will show you an example of the noun clause. Okay, so was resolved. Okay, now what's the first subject? It's most. All right, and this verb depends on trouble. Right? What is trouble? Yeah, but it's uncountable, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. So now let's make some corrections and then I will show you how to change a noun clause All right. So first mistake is number 2. Should be what?
Where?
Were. Okay. Okay. And then number 3. What's the mistake in number
Is.
3?
Is should be are.
Change to are. Okay. And number 4, where's the mistake in 4?
Are
Should be what?
is
Change it to is. And the mistake in number 7
was
should be,
were.
yeah, plural, right? Okay. And then what about number 8? Where's the mistake in number 8?
Was should be were.
Yeah. Change to were. Okay. Now, you see this sentence here was decided at the meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Let's switch it into, we'll just make it into
No.
a noun. Okay. So I'm going to just cross it out. Okay. And I'm going to put one word. I'm going to put just one word. I'm going to say the decision. Okay. Now, what is the decision? Tell me which
No.
part of speech?
No.
It's a noun, right? So what do? I take the noun, change it to a noun
Noun.
clause. You see? You see how I switch it? You have the preposition of, right? You see the preposition of?
Yes.
What follows a preposition? Always.
No.
A noun. You see? In spite of the decision. This is a prepositional phrase, right? In spite of the decision. It's a prepositional phrase. Do you understand? When I say if I change the noun into a clause, I change the noun into a clause. So it's a noun clause.
Class.
Do you understand? All right. Let's take another example. Half of the food that we are serving to guests is, what kind of a clause is that?
Adjective clause.
Yes. This is an adjective because it describes the food. It tells you which kind of food, so it's an adjective. Okay. What about this? Number 6, all of the witnesses in the jury trial, which lasted more than 2 weeks, have indicated that they believed.
Is it
They
adjective clause?
believed something. They believed something. Okay. They believed. And I change it to
No. Clause.
a noun. So if I put a noun, maybe I will put here, they believed the result. Okay, the result. Okay, or the outcome. Right? This is a noun, right? What is the result? What is the result? Well, the result is that
No.
the defendant was guilty. See,
What about
this is a noun. They believed the result. This is just a noun. You believe something, right? They believed the result. Okay. And what is the result? Well, the result is that the defendant was guilty. This is the result. So it's a noun clause. Okay. Why? The clause replaces. The clause replaces a noun. When the clause, if the clause replaces a noun, it's a noun clause. In number 4, this doesn't replace a noun. This describes a noun. So an adjective describes a noun, right? This is why it's an adjective clause in number 4. Let's take a look at number 10, okay? Most of the trouble that the employees discussed at the series of meetings was resolved within a few weeks, okay? Most of the trouble, see, how could I change that? Most of the trouble, well, all of this describes the trouble. Which trouble, right? So if it describes the trouble, what kind of a clause is it?
adjective clause?
This is an adjective clause because it describes the noun.
No.
So this is an adjective clause, describes the noun. This is an adjective clause. Why?
Describe the noun.
Describes the noun. Okay. But this one,
Noun clause.
it's a noun because it's a noun clause because it replaces a noun. Same thing here. This clause replaces a noun. So it's a noun clause. Okay. What about this one up here? All of the witnesses in the jury trial, which lasted more than 2 weeks. Does this replace a noun or does it describe a
Describe.
noun? Yeah. It describes the trial. This describes the trial. You understand? Yeah?
Yes.
This is an adjective clause. This is an adjective clause. What about this one taught by Professor Roberts?
Adjective.
Yes.
Reduced adjective.
Exactly. This is reduced, okay? Reduced adjective clause. Okay. This example is a reduced adjective clause. It describes the class. So this describes the class. This describes the food, right? And number 6, this describes the trial.
Right.
Trial. In number 6, this replaces a noun. Okay, it replaces a noun, so it's a noun clause. In number 8, this replaces a noun, so it's a noun clause. And number 10, this describes a noun, so it's an adjective clause.
Okay. Doctor.
Do you think you understand?
Yes, somehow, some kind.
Somehow?
I'm not somehow. I'm not sure if I do understand it totally, but I will visit your channel and see it if you have recorded it before.
All right. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to stop recording.